So welcome guys back to another video in the channel. We are doing an Arsenal potential 11 with new signings. Now this is a video that has been in the works for quite a while and I'm finally coming back with our green screen videos. Bit of wait on it, but we are finally back and we are going to be talking about Arsenal's potential 11 with signings that we could make in this transfer window. Now as we all know, Arsenal do wish to make quite a lot of transfers happen in this transfer window, and today we're going to be discussing what our potential 11 could be with some of these signings. Now that's what I want to talk about today. Now again, it's trying to look at realistic signings that we could actually make. Again, there are other signings that I haven't included in this list, like your James Maddison's. You know, maybe if we switch up a formation, they could be involved. No Nuno Tavares, again, he's just coming in as a backup. Same thing with Albert Sambi Lokonga, he's coming in as a backup for Thomas Partey. Maybe a signing like Ruben Neves that we might get. Again, another backup. Onana, is he going to be challenging for number one spot if he joins Arsenal? So a few things I haven't included as predominantly, but we're going to start off in goal, as I said, with Bernd Leno. Now, I do think he's going to stay. I don't think he's going to go whatsoever. I think he's going to be an Arsenal player next season, whatever happens. I don't think we're going to find a buyer for him this year, so I think we will have to keep him no matter what happens. And I do think, you know, with Leno, he can be a decent keeper, but this last season hasn't been great. Obviously, Emi Martinez has had a much better season over there at Aston Villa, getting way more clean sheets, but you could argue that maybe they have a better defence, Aston Villa. Who knows? But yeah, that's Bernd Leno. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about that one. Moving to our back four, I'm going to go with a box standard 4-3-3. So starting off as the two centre backs, I'm going to go Gabriel and Ben White. Now, Ben White is basically a done deal. He is going to come to Arsenal. That's basically done, and hopefully he does come in, and you know, he's a half decent player, and we could, you know, do well with him, and hopefully we do sign him, and that is Ben White. The next one is Gabriel. As I said, he's going to stay at the club. He's a very good centre back with a lot of potential. He sort of dipped off towards the end, but again, he has time, and that's good. He's a young centre back. On the right back row, I'm going to go with Tariq Lamptey. Now, that right back row, we haven't been linked with a lot of players. Now, we have been linked with the likes of Hakimi, he's gone Paris Saint-Germain. We've been linked with Celik, who's at Lille. Not much going on there. Max Aarons. Lamptey seems to be the overriding one we've been linked with. Now, if he comes in, again, he's a very decent player, Tariq Lamptey, and we could side with him on the right back role. Left back, nothing changes with Kieran Tierney. Again, we have Nuno Tavares coming in from Benfica, and he could provide good backup. Again, he's a fast player, Nuno Tavares, and hopefully he can provide a good impact for us. And he is definitely going to get minutes this season, Nuno Tavares, because Tierney's fitness isn't great. We all know that he's going to get injured at some point. So Nuno Tavares is going to get some minutes, and yeah, Tierney is our starter though. Moving into midfield, as a holding midfielder, I'm going to go with Yves Bissouma. Now, Yves Bissouma. We've been linked to them at the start of the window. A lot of rumours that the deal was going to get done, but then it sort of faded off because we are trying to sort out a deal for Ben White from Brighton and Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. Quite a lot of Brighton players. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, Bissouma's another player that has been heavily linked with Arsenal. Again, an Arsenal fan, which always helps to try and get a deal over the line, because if it's us and maybe Liverpool competing for him, it could give us an edge because he supports Arsenal, and it's much more easier to get a deal done. So that's Yves Bissouma. The next one is Thomas Partey. Now, nothing changes here. I think Thomas Partey, he's had a struggling first season, but again, it's down to a lot of different things. It's not just down to the fact that he hasn't, you know, he's got injured a lot, because before he came to Arsenal, he never got injured. This guy, he had a clean injury record, and for some reason Arsenal screwed him up in that wise. But he came in on deadline day in October, and he had to get forced in straight away in the games against, I think, Man City it was. So it's very difficult, and I think Thomas Partey, again, he's a player that, if we want to get to the top, get into the Champions League places, he needs to perform. He needs to do very well for us. Against Sambi Lokonga will provide good backup, but Thomas Partey needs to be on top of his game, and that's, again, who I'll stick with. Next one, Houssem Aouar. Now, again, will James Maddison sign? That's another one I could put instead of Aouar, but so far, Aouar looks like the deal that we could possibly get done, and is most likely to get done in this window, and that's why I've gone with Houssem Aouar in that position. Mainly because I think Houssem Aouar is still a very good footballer, and yes, he's not had the best season for Lyon, but if we can get him for around 20 million quid, I think that is good business, especially when the likes of Ruben Neves could be going for around 40 million pounds. I think this is a much better piece of business to do getting Hussein Mawar for that kind of money, and then you can have Partey, Bissouma around and maybe bring in James Maddison, which makes more sense to me. And that midfield area for us is a big area of concern because Granit Xhaka looks like he could be going to Roma. We have Matteo Guendouzi already gone to Marseille. A few others may be leaving in that department, including Mohamed El Nini. And Dani Ceballos has already left the club. So we need to make improvements, drastic improvements. Moving into the front three, Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe on either side of Aubameyang. Now, nothing is changing in terms of signings on that front line. I think Emil Smith Rowe, from what I have seen, I think he will be having more of a spot in that left-hand side for Arsenal, because that's what we saw. Because Martin Odegaard came in, now he's gone. I think what Arteta wants is that he wants some sort of attacking midfielder, which could be Aouar, which could be Maddison, whoever, and then he wants Smith Rowe on the left, and then he wants Aubameyang, and then Saka or Pepe on the right, which makes sense to me because that's what he wants to do. And again, look, if Arteta gets it wrong, he'll get the sack. That's just how it is. And if he wants to play Smith Rowe on the left, I'm just suggesting the potential 11 that he's going to go with, and I think this could be the potential 11 we could be going with. But yeah, Smith Rowe on the left, and then Bukayo Saka on the right. Again, he's a brilliant footballer. He's done very well for England on the right hand side for them as well. And we have an adequate backup in Pepe as well. So that's brilliant. You know, it's always good when you have someone like Pepe as well, because I think Pepe will have to play a big role for us, especially maybe on that left hand side, maybe on that right hand side, because Pepe is a footballer. I think he's done so well this season in terms of trying to get past all the negativity and having a good season, and he has, and hopefully pushes on to that next level, because that's what we paid the big money for, to get him. You know, that's why we paid such big money for Pepe, to get the best out of him, and hopefully we do get that with Pepe. But for now, I'm going to stick with Saka because he is our best player. And yeah, Aubameyang up top, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We need a top season for him. If we're going to have to challenge for a European spot, whether that's Europa League, Champions League, then we need Aubameyang on the top of his game, and we need players around him like your Smith Rowes, like your Sakas, maybe Aouars, maybe your Maddisons, maybe Bissouma, Partey's. You need them. You need good players around him, because Aubameyang is a player we need to try and focus our head around, because he is such a good player. He's a top draw striker. Just because he's had one bad season doesn't take away from all the good he's done in his career, especially at Arsenal, and we need to get the best out of him, especially if we're going to get to the Champions League places, which is going to be the goal, because we don't have Europe. We need to go for them high places in the league, and if we're going to have an overhaul this summer, we need to make sure that it is built around so Aubameyang can fire, because we need him to fire, and that's not even an exaggeration. But yeah, that is my team. It's on the scroller down below if you've checked that out during the video as well. And let's just hope for the best. Let's see what Arteta does go with. And that is it for our Arsenal potential 11. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about this lineup? Do you think that is good enough to, you know, challenge for a top 4 spot? Do you think it's good enough for a Europa League spot, or maybe even a title? I'm not going to say that to him. That's just stupid. Ignore that. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.